Fundamentally, how much money you make is based upon your rate which you charge your services at, and number two is how many hours you can work that are billable. Okay, so those are the two things that you need to make more money. So if you can increase the rate that you get, so let's say you make £20 an hour right now, if you can turn that into making £50 per hour, that will increase the amount of money that you make significantly, right? It's multiplying it by 2.5 times. So if you currently work, let's say 7 hours a day, now what you now need to do is increase the number of hours you work or the number of days you work. So if you work 5 days a week and you want to increase your money, you increase the number of days you work to 6 days or 7 days a week. And whether that's just an extra 2, 3, 4 hours on the weekend, for example, that will increase the amount of money that you take in. And that does have a significant impact. So if you increase the number of days that you work from 5 days to 6 days, right, you're increasing your income by 20%. Now that's a significant amount. So let's say your income is 30,000. Now you will be making £36,000 in the year. So you increase the fees which you charge your clients, or you increase the amount of work that you take on and the amount of billable hours that you do. So those are fundamentally two ways of increasing your money. Now, how do you do that ultimately? So number one is you need to understand your skill set. So currently, if you're a PAYE employee, if you're an employee, that's the worst bracket to be in. Ultimately, seriously, it's the worst. You get taxed right from the beginning and you have no control over your income. If you have a business, it's much better because you get to manage your expenses and the amount of taxes you pay ultimately also. So you need to understand your skill set. We live in a service-based economy. So the question is, how can you make somebody else's life easier? That's fundamental. You need to understand this if you want to make more money. How can you make their life more easier? So once you understand your skill set, you'll understand, is this something that you can sell on? So for example, if you are good at DIY, can you help people fix IKEA furniture together? Can you help put in sockets? Can you help do some painting around the house? Can you clean up someone's garden? People in the UK, they're charging a lot of money for these kind of services. If you're not good at that, what about dog walking? Can you charge somebody £20 for a dog walk? You get your steps in and you're making some money. It's a win-win situation, no? So if you want to make more money, that's where you need to start. You need to understand what's your skill set, especially if you are an employee, right? You need to understand what's your skill set, what can you upsell, okay? And you need to find a way to provide these services to potential customers, right? So if you think that your current skill set isn't good enough, you need to find a way to upskill yourself. Now, there's loads of courses online. Take them, learn as much as you can, and you need to identify an area that you are interested in, that you think you can be good at, and you think will make you a lot of money. So, for example, I know people who are jumping out of the industry and becoming plumbers because plumbers make a lot of money. Can you become a bookkeeper? Can you become an accountant? Can you become an electrician, right? Can you get into coding? Can you get into software development, right? That's a plan that you need to come up with yourself. So if you're earning, let's say, £30,000 or £50,000 annually, how can you turn that into £100,000 or £200,000? You need to really understand what skills you need to get that income that you require and that you desire also. So number one is to understand your skill set. Number two is to upskill yourself, right? And number three is to do side hustles. You need to pick one or two side hustles that you think you can be good at and start on it. So whether that's doing Etsy, whether that's Ubering, whether that's part-time gig work for events, you need to find some ways to work more hours that you can charge money for, right? That's fundamentally it. As I said at the start, you need to find out what your base rate is that you can charge out to clients, and number two, how much billable work can you do. Side hustles tackles the amount of billable work that you do. So this will allow you to work in the evenings, it will allow you to work on the weekends, because right now we are struggling in this economy. Everyone's struggling. The middle class is getting wiped out. You need to find a way to make more money if you want to enjoy life a bit more and live more comfortably. Now, this is just a temporary issue. You should not be trying to work 24/7. This is not the mindset that we want. We just want to maximize our income. Ultimately, what you need to do, you need to understand your skill set. If you don't think that you have a good skill set to offer, you need to upskill yourself. You need to learn a new trade, or you need to go to some courses to develop yourself. And in the meantime, you need to do some side hustles that will generate more income on the side, right? Those are three things that you need to do. And by doing that, I promise you will maximize your income. I'm serious right now. If you understand these three concepts, you will tremendously increase your income, right? So I can do some other videos hopefully soon around these areas and about why this is just a temporary problem solving answer, because it's not a long-term solution. This is a short-term solution. Now, what you do with this money is a separate video. It's a separate conversation altogether. Investment, long-term wealth planning, right? We need to do all of that. These are the fundamental steps you need to take to develop that wealth, okay? So if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to hit a like and hit the subscribe button, because I will be sharing more videos, because I'm trying to help you all level up. We all need to level up in this current economy.